The tent flap ripped open with a sharp zip. And cold mountain air hit Ingrid like a slap. She bolted upright. Heart hammering. The echo of Astrid's scream still ringing in her ears. Ingrid. Get out here, now. Outside. The sky was just bruising into dawn. Streaks of pink cutting through the gray. Astrid stood frozen by the edge of the clearing. Her ranger jacket half-zipped. Breath fogging in frantic bursts. In her hands, she clutched a crumpled piece of paper, the map they'd laughed over last night while sharing cheap whiskey around the fire. Ingrid stumbled out barefoot. Pine needles biting her soles. What the hell? Look. Astrid thrust the map forward. Red ink slashed across it in angry lines. Someone had marked their route. Circled their exact campsite with a heavy X. Underneath, scrawled in block letters, "You shouldn't have come here." The words landed like a punch. Ingrid's stomach dropped. This wasn't a prank. Not out here. 50 miles from the nearest paved road in the Montana backcountry. They'd planned this trip for months, a simple escape. No cell service. No deadlines. Just the two of them under endless stars. Astrid needed to unplug from the endless park patrols and poacher reports. Ingrid needed silence to finish editing the photos from her last assignment. The ones that still made her chest ache, soldiers' faces. Hollow-eyed. Staring past the lens. They were best friends. Always had been. College roommates turned road trip partners turned the people who knew each other's silences better than their words. Nothing more. At least. That's what Ingrid told herself every time Astrid's laugh lit up a room. Or when their shoulders brushed in the truck cab and heat lingered too long. But last night, zipped into sleeping bags side by side, Astrid had turned in the dark and whispered, "You ever think about what we'd be if we weren't?" Us? Ingrid had frozen. The question hung there. Heavy with unsaid things. She'd mumbled something about being tired. Rolled away. Coward. Now. Staring at the vandalized map. Fear twisted into something sharper. "We pack up," Astrid said. Voice tight. "Head back down the trail before whoever left this comes back." Ingrid nodded. But her hands shook as she stuffed gear into her pack. Every snap of a twig, every rustle in the underbrush made her flinch. Astrid moved with the calm efficiency of someone who'd faced worse in the line of duty, black bears. Lost hikers. The occasional armed trespasser, but her eyes kept darting to Ingrid. Protective. Searching. They broke camp fast. As they shouldered packs and started down the narrow trail, fog clung to the pines like smoke. The air smelled of damp earth and resin. Sharp enough to sting. Ingrid's boots thudded against roots. Each step echoing the thud of her pulse. Half a mile in, Astrid stopped abruptly. "Wait." She pointed. Fresh boot prints veered off the path, heading toward a rocky outcrop overlooking the valley. The prints were large. Deliberate. Someone had been watching them. Ingrid's throat tightened. "We keep going." "No." Astrid's jaw set. "If they're out here, we need to know who and why." Before Ingrid could protest, Astrid stepped off trail. Following the tracks. Ingrid cursed under her breath and followed. Branches snagged her sleeves. Cold dew soaked her jeans. They climbed in silence until they reached the ledge. There, carved into a flat boulder, was another message. "Fresh. She knows what you did." Ingrid stared. Astrid went pale. "What does that mean?" Ingrid whispered. Astrid didn't answer right away. She sank to her knees, fingers tracing the letters like they might burn her. I never told you." "Told me what?" 3 years ago. That fire in Yellowstone. The one that took out half the backcountry crew." Astrid's voice cracked. "I was incident commander that shift. We lost 2 rangers. One was my partner, my ex. Maria. I made the call to pull everyone back. But she went in anyway. For a stranded camper. The wind shifted. She didn't make it." Ingrid felt the ground tilt. She'd known Astrid carried grief, she'd seen it in the way Astrid flinched at sirens. The way she drank alone on anniversaries. But this? "I blamed myself," Astrid continued. Eyes fixed on the carving. "Still do. Every day. I thought if I buried it deep enough, it would stay dead. But someone knows. Someone followed us here to remind me." Ingrid knelt beside her. The wind picked up, carrying the faint scent of smoke that wasn't there. "Why now? Why us?" "Because I asked you to come." Astrid finally met her eyes. "Because you're the only person I've let close since then. And maybe whoever this is thinks I don't deserve that." Ingrid reached out. Hesitant. Then took Astrid's hand. Cold fingers. Trembling. You deserve more than this guilt. You deserve to breathe. Astrid laughed. Bitter and broken. I don't know how. Then let me show you. The words slipped out before Ingrid could stop them. She leaned in. Slow. Giving Astrid every chance to pull away. Astrid didn't. Their foreheads touched first. Then lips, tentative. Tasting of salt and pine in years of almosts. It wasn't fireworks. It was quiet thunder. A dam breaking somewhere deep inside both of them. When they parted, Astrid's eyes were wet. Ingrid. I love you, Ingrid said simply. No preamble. No excuses. I've loved you since that stupid road trip in college when you sang off-key to every song on the radio just to make me laugh. I was too scared to say it. But I'm not anymore. Astrid exhaled. Shaky. I thought if I admitted it, I'd lose you too. You won't. They sat there on the cold rock as the sun climbed higher, burning off the fog. The valley below stretched out, vast and indifferent. Whoever had left the messages, maybe a grieving family member, maybe a former colleague, had wanted to hurt. Instead, they'd forced open a door neither woman had dared touch. Eventually, Astrid stood, pulling Ingrid up with her. We should report this. Get rangers out here. Yeah. Ingrid squeezed her hand. But first. She kissed Astrid again. Deeper this time. Letting the world shrink to just them, the crunch of gravel underfoot. The distant call of a hawk. The warmth of skin against skin. They hiked back down together. Not rushing. The trail felt different now. Less like escape and more like beginning. By the time they reached the truck, the sun was full overhead. Astrid tossed her pack in the bed. Then turned. Next trip, she said. Voice steadier. Somewhere with actual showers. And maybe a real bed. Ingrid smiled. Heart full. Deal. As they drove out. Windows down. Wind whipping through. Ingrid glanced at Astrid, profile sharp against the blue sky. Hand resting on the gearshift. Fingers still laced with hers. A simple camping trip. And the moment everything changed.